Well, I've been wanting to do video games on this channel for a while now. It's a shame that I basically have to start doing them with a negative review or negative thoughts on a game. And by now you know which one. WWE 2K20. I'm not going to go on about all the problems because I didn't play it for that long, and there are plenty of videos detailing. But I experienced most of those. But the main reason for this video is because I've experienced one problem that I haven't heard anyone talk about, and that's my progress doesn't save. That's a pretty big ass oversight. Like, I go to universe mode. Like, when I play a WWE, when I play a 2K game, period, I like to get the sliders right in the options, get the music right, all that before I even play. And then what I do is I wrestle one match or I play one game to get a feel for the controls, and then I go on doing what I always do in these games, which for WWE would be universe mode. So I'm in universe mode, and I've changed NXT to Nitro. Would have been FCW, but there are no custom titles for the time being because they were glitched. The power of hindsight makes that hilarious. So yeah, I made NXT Nitro, and I started going through the roster of all the wrestlers. And I put in this person on that brand and so on and so forth. And this is a big roster. And I got almost done. And then I heard a song. And I guess I didn't register before when I was in the jukebox, but I heard a song. And I'm like, that sounds an awful lot like Kaya. Somebody sampling Kaya. That's hilarious. It's in a 2K game, even more so. So I went back to the jukebox, and I saw who it was, sampling Kaya. I went back to universe mode, only to notice that none of my shit was saved. Even after a hard save after every single thing I did. And then when I left universe mode, like it always says, we're about to save your shit. I said, okay, fine. I saw the icon, the autosave icon. I assumed my shit was saved. It was not. I wasn't too happy. I actually turned it off and went to sleep. Because I haven't played it since it came out. I was playing it at 12 midnight. I pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition. Which, whew, not at all worth it. Not at all worth it. So much so that I heard someone was giving out refunds, no questions asked. So I hit him up on a chat on the website. And dude just sent me a link to 2K. It was like, sorry, man. So I called him. He also gave me a number to call the PlayStation technical support, whatever crap. And so I called him, and and because I pre-ordered it more than 14 days ago, and I downloaded it and I played it, I can't get my refund. I'm not even mad at PlayStation. It's not on them. It's on 2K. And again, he told me to talk to 2K. I'm like, they don't give a fuck. Whatever. Like, Quaver's dude tried to give me my refund. He tried twice. And I asked him, am I the first one to actually do this? And he said no. Like, I didn't think so. It was like I told him, because he said that, yeah, it's been over 14 days, you downloaded it, you played it, you can't get a refund. I'm like, yeah, the website says that pretty clear, but right after that it says, unless the game is faulty, of which this one is, obviously. And he's apologized, told me to talk to 2K. I'm like, I gotta talk to 2K. And 2K, unless it's NBA 2K, like, they don't give a fuck with their sports games. They fuck over all their fans, unless it's NBA 2K. Like I said, I don't get into all the problems because I didn't play long enough to experience those problems, most of them. Like, I did experience the targeting problem. It was a minor thing for me. The new controls were not as bad as people say. I got used to it pretty quick, even though I've never been a fan of two-button finishers. You know, I got used to that pretty quick, and it's Square and X on PlayStation. And I do believe those are the same buttons to do a finisher on WWE Legends of Wrestling. And on Xbox, that would be X and A. And reverse is now triangle, which was interesting. On your Xbox, that's Y. So I'm asked, what does R2 do? On your Xbox, that's the right trigger. Because that was reversed before. And that made the game a bit more challenging, you know. I mean, the matches I wrestled, they worked pretty fine, technically. I mean, I didn't experience anywhere near the crap that everybody else did. Then again, I didn't play for too long, because I was busy setting it up before I play, like I always do. And as far as the games look, I'm not hung up on appearance, okay? I don't care that it looks like a good PS2 game. I don't care. It's fine. What is kind of interesting is the likenesses, though. Like, wow, how do you fuck up The Rock? Like, everybody's talking about the current model of The Rock. What about The Rock in the $500 shirt? Like, he looks... No. Oh. And I didn't know Molly Holly. I mean, yeah, they fucked her up too, but I think they put her in that butt ugly attire she used to wear when she went that WrestleMania. I've never liked that attire. You choose that one? That's my thing with it. I know she was the more kind of conservative of the divas during that time. She wasn't showing her ass or anything. Part why I like her. Real woman. I mean, trained by Dean Malenko and Fit Finlay in Ireland. You're trained by two badasses. That makes you a badass. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, for me, that makes the game almost unplayable. That's all I really do with these is play universe mode. I can't save my fucking progress. What am I supposed to do? You know, I mean, I've not cared for showcase mode in years because each one gotten worse and worse for me. They've gotten more and more boring and stale. I mean, they're doing a 4 Horsewomen this year, but that sounds interesting. But I'm over replaying the past. Like with most Dragon Ball games, you just replay the biggest moments in the franchise history. Like, I want a new story, and apparently that's where all the positives from this game come from. A story mode, which again I not really played because I not really care for story mode. Last year's was meh. Before that was boring. Before that one was decent, almost. Before that was just absolutely soulless, like that whole game. 2K15, like that's the big question that people are saying: is this 2K15 bad? No. Because 2K15 was lifeless and soulless. Even the music sucked. There's only one good song on the soundtrack, and that's Working by Big Smo. Like, that is it. John Cena's Grand Return to Rap music sucked. He actually has talent, too. There's not one good redeeming thing about 2K15. 2K20, it's not lifeless, it's not soulless. And the matches I did play, I had fun with. They weren't boring or a chore to play, like 2K15. You know, which is interesting because 2K15, that's the last one we all kind of agree was crap. And Hogan was in it. That's the most recent one he was in until this one, 2K20, 5 games later. And once again, it's a crappy game. Like, coincidence? I don't know. That's another thing. Hogan's in the game. I'm mixed on it, obviously. But whatever. Speaking of controversial wrestlers in this game, China. That's another one people are talking about. Okay. It's like, I don't think her model is as bad as they say. But I can see what they did. They took China from when she debuted in that match with Marlena and Goldust way back when. And amalgamated her with her at like TNA at her final match. They just mashed them together, give us like a composite China. And I read, and I don't want to believe this is true because that would be low, but I read that while they did have the rights to the theme music, the attire, and all that, they didn't have the rights to her actual likeness. So that's why they did what they did. I'm forced to ask, why even bother? Like, I don't want to believe that's true, because that's messed up. If that is true, like, what's to stop them from doing that for somebody like, Owen Hart? You know? Well, because his widow would be all over CB and ass real quick. That's why. But still, you know, like, if that's what they did, that's messed up. I don't want to believe that, because wow. And I know they have problems behind the scenes. Luke said they were what did they say, burnt out on making these games. I mean, they've been doing it for like 20 years, which is quinkadinkly how long it's been since China's been in the game. SmackDown 2 Noy Road. It's been a minute since I played that. Got it on there somewhere. It's not one I replay often, but when I do enjoy it. Anyhow, yeah, it's been 20 years. Luke's has been doing this for WWE, and yeah, they're tired. I get it. So I got burnt out this year myself when I was in school. I had to take a break. It happens. Apparently, Yuki was to make their own wrestling game, and they started dropping weird hints about Here Comes the Pain. I'm like, yes, please. I would love a sequel or a remaster. But if we do a remaster, you gotta do something about the roster, because I know WWE's all about bygones now, but there's at least one dude on their roster that they're never going to be bygones about, you know? Anyhow, but yeah. And so somebody else had to do the development for 2K this year. Apparently it's their own in-house company, which, unless I read wrong, they were trying to do for years or something. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, and so that's the cause of a lot of these problems we're experiencing playing this game. Okay, so if you had these problems and you had to change developers, I mean, I'm patient. Hell, I waited 20 years for trying to beat the game again. What's a couple more months, a year, so you get it right? Fine tune. It's all good. I mean, 2K19 is a pretty good game. I would have kept playing it. No problem. But no, I had to rush it out. And I can look at it before I even played it. I just took one look at it. Like, damn, this was rust. Like, wow. It's straight, flat out incomplete. Which is one of the reasons I tried to get my money back, But yeah, like, speaking of incomplete games, this morning I woke up to some interesting and hilarious news. Apparently Bethesda is still trying with Fallout 76. And, I mean, after first they slashed the price, literally, barely weeks after it released because it was so bad and incomplete. Okay, I get that. But now, I guess they're fixing that, retconning that. You go have to pay a monthly subscription, $13 a month or like $100 a year or something. Like, who's going to do that for Fallout 76? Nobody. It's even more crazy. I can do a whole thing about that anyway. But yeah, I haven't played that game because I don't really like online-only games all that much. That's why I deleted my Fortnite. Just not into it. Yeah. Like, wow. Like, wow. This is Halloween 6 incomplete. There's 2 versions of that movie. There's still one more version out there somewhere that nobody's seen. Wow, man. Like, the last game I played that even felt incomplete was Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Okay? And that game played fine. It's a good game in every single right, except the fact that it literally has no ending, and then the microtransactions, which I found out about the hard way. But yeah, like, that game's incomplete for a different reason. Like, it just stops just as it's getting interesting, just as I'm getting into it, just as it's getting started, it just stops. Which is why I could never recommend anyone paying full price for that game. It definitely don't pay full price for this shit. Don't get the digital deluxe. It's not worth it. There's no bump in the night DLC. It's completely just missing. Don't do it. China's, You can wait for China, okay? And if you're still a Hulkamaniac, you can wait for Hogan. All three of you. Um, you know, you can wait for what Rockin's $500 shirt that's already rocking the game. If you want to call that the Rock, you can wait. Like, it's not worth it, man. And I understand that people who ordered the $130 collector's edition, they got screwed too. Because it's supposed to have some signed stuff in there, and a lot of it's not signed. And so, like, one of the people who was supposed to sign stuff, Edge, he's actually gonna set up a PO box, and you can send him your copy of the game, and he'll sign what he's supposed to, which is pretty cool on him. What about everyone else though? And I like how nobody's complaining about their models in this game. Remember last year where you had everybody complaining about their models? Most notably was Liners, who was like, I don't know who that is, but that ain't me, and I ain't never worn that before. And I heard nobody complaining about their models this year, which is interesting. The only complaint I seen was Sasha Banks wasn't happy with her overall. Like, which one does follow you in the game? Anyhow, well, yeah, man. It's all true, man. It's all true. Bret Hart got screwed. When Richter got played, I got fucked. Do not buy this shit. At least not right now. I hate to say this because I'm an old school gamer, okay? I hate saying this because I don't believe this is what gaming is about, but wait for the fucking update, man. Wait for the fucking update. Wait till they patch everything. Get this shit right, man. This is unacceptable. It really is. Well, I guess I'm gonna go try and figure out how to save my fucking progress so I can play this game since I'm stuck with it. I won't get my money back or anything. Maybe I'll try career mode. I hear that's the one good thing about this thing. I don't know, man. That's all. Oh, yeah. I also re-downloaded another game I haven't played in a while because it's been in the news lately and a sequel's coming, so without spoiling what it is, you're gonna see videos real soon of me playing it. That's all. The China model reminds me of the Michael Jordan model from like NBA 2K15. If you pick the 95, 96 Bulls, and clearly like that's Michael Jordan now scanned in the game, but they try to make it look like Michael Jordan then. I mean, I'm glad it's a part of the franchise finally. You know, that's what the China model remind me of, like amalgamations and shit. Man, this 2K shit had me so pissed off. I didn't even enjoy NXT last night. Like, I liked some of the matches. It was all good. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I was too busy on the phone with 2K. And too pissed to even pay attention. Then AEW came on. Well, I had a good time with that.